travel lovers. Hi, so today we decided to do a quick sit-down video, especially that today is just over 5 months since we've been traveling around Malaysia. And we're not doing much this week. We haven't been traveling. We've been mostly working, staying in one place. So we thought it would be really nice just to sit down and talk to you guys. And we wanted to share our tips and experience whilst traveling around Malaysia. We thought that this video could probably be the best for foreigners that are wanting to come to Malaysia and travel around. But of course, if you are Malaysian watching, please make sure to leave us lots of comments down below to share your tips, your best advice with the rest of us. So it's going to be super useful for us when we carry on traveling around Malaysia.
Exactly, yeah.
So when we travel around Malaysia, we prefer to stay at Airbnb apartments. Now, the biggest benefit for us is that, especially if you stay here for a longer period, like a month, you get a huge discount. So you save quite a lot of money and it can be cheaper than staying in a hotel. And of course, with the apartment, you get your basics like washing machine, your kitchen, your TV, your sofa, Netflix, really comfortable bed, and that's what we like. We love feeling like at home sometimes.
Yeah? Especially after traveling for such a long time, it's kind of nice to actually wash your own clothes and to be able to cook your own food. Even like a bowl of cereal. You don't often get a chance to eat cereal whilst you're traveling.
Exactly, yeah.
It's very strange, but you do start to miss the basic stuff of living at home. So for us, it's like a home away from home, staying in an Airbnb, I suppose.
Yeah, and we do like to stay inside Vijaya. That's where we mostly spend our time whilst we're in KL area.
It's quiet. The internet speed is super fast. 100 megabytes per second is normally the minimum. And most of the apartment buildings, they have excellent security. They have normally swimming pools, and you get to access the gyms there. So it's just great. It has everything in one building.
Makes it very comfortable for you to stay, isn't it?
It does. Everything's just in the building. We get to focus and get to make our own dinner.
Yeah.
And you make a really good, what did you make for me the last week? It was pasta, wasn't it? Pasta and
spaghetti with pesto.
And pesto. Christina is an incredible cook, and I've been enjoying this week very, very much. And also, when you stay in Airbnbs, you do not need to pay tourist tax, which I believe was introduced in Malaysia in 2017, and basically it's £2 or 10 Malaysian ringgit every single night that you stay in a hotel. So when you're in an Airbnb, you do not need to pay for those fees. So I think that's super helpful, because you know, £2 every day can really add up if you're staying in Malaysia for 3 months.
Make sure you get yourself a SIM card where you can have your data so you don't get lost when you're traveling around Malaysia. Now, we found that Maxis is the best SIM card for us, as you can top up whenever you want, and usually they have some really great deals on data. So Maxis all the way forward.
And once you get your SIM card, you never need to throw it away. You download an app, and whenever you need to top up, you can top up using your debit card. So super handy, and we've had our SIM card since we arrived practically, and it's been super useful.
Most important thing that I can personally give to you whilst in Malaysia is make sure to have an app called Grab. If you are familiar with Uber, then you will know what Grab is exactly the same thing. Unfortunately, Uber no longer exists in Malaysia. That's why we all have to use Grab. But it's fine, it's absolutely fine, and it helps us to save so much money, because if we was to use a normal taxi service, we would probably pay double or triple the price than what we can pay by using Grab.
Exactly that. You're a tourist at the end of the day. They see you as a tourist, and
they're gonna try and rip you off as much as they can.
Yeah, we were in Langkawi, and we ordered a taxi from our hotel reception. They were mates, you can tell. And the price of that 5-minute taxi journey was going to be £5, like 25 Malaysian ringgit. By Grab, it was only 5 ringgit, £1. So
as you can see, the price difference is crazy. So we make sure to have Grab, as it's very convenient, and plus you can choose how you want to pay, by cash or by debit card. It's entirely up to you.
And also another tip linked from that is, if you do not have data to order your own Grab, then you can actually ask anyone that's got a Grab app, and they can book the Grab for you, and you just pay with cash on the arrival. We've actually done that quite a few times ourselves, haven't we, Justina?
Yeah.
Where we've come off a bus and we don't have the data there, and we see someone with the Grab app open, we're like, oh, can you please order us a Grab and we'll pay on cash? And they're like, yeah, sure. And it's just a great tip. Just ask people if you are stuck. Don't resist the urge to use a regular taxi. The best way to get around if you're traveling from city to city is actually bus. Now, it may not be the quickest option to get around Malaysia, but it's certainly the cheapest, and the buses are super, super comfortable.
You can recline really far back, so
much leg room.
You can almost feel like you're in your own bed.
It's so comfortable. I reckon that's the comfiest buses we've ever been on our travels.
And the seats are so wide, there's so much space for you.
Yeah.
Like normally sometimes in, like, especially in Thailand, if we travel on a bus, we feel like this all the time because we're like so close to each other.
True.
But here in Malaysia, the buses are so comfortable. You have so much of your own space. So it's great.
It's great. And some of the buses we notice actually have charging points, so you can sit there, and you may get a bit queasy, but you could work if you really wanted to. You can do that. So buses have been the best mode of transport on our journey here in Malaysia. Our favorite topic, food. So basically, honestly, eat everything you can in Malaysia.
Yes.
I would say that we've had the best food experiences of our lives here. You know how much that we've been exploring and kind of turning into food vloggers whilst we're not traveling.
Without even realizing it, I think.
Without even realizing. But what we love about Malaysia is the simple fact that you can go to a market every single day of the week and just sample multiple amounts of food. Every single day of the week there is something new to try.
And if you go to the restaurant, just ask them what's their most popular dish and just let them surprise you, because it's probably going to be the best experience of that evening. Now, we just recommend for you guys to go everywhere and eat everything.
We've just never really said no to anything, so just eat everything. Even the most intriguing looking food can taste incredible. I'll never forget my nan calling me up about 3 months ago. She said, Misha, how can you eat some of that food? It looks terrible. I'm like, it doesn't, it tastes amazing. Like, it's just, Malaysia's just the best for food. What would you say your favorite thing has been since arriving into Malaysia? Like, favorite food?
Oh wow, that's a very difficult question.
What about breakfast item?
Well, for breakfast, it's easy. It's definitely roti tela and tatarik, that's for sure. Maybe for dinner, I would always go for nasi kanda dishes, like some good Indian curries. Mwah. Perfect.
And for me, because I like to taste a variety of different things, my favorite experience or food experience would be just to go to any of the night markets around KL area or in any different city. There's normally a market every single night where you can sample just a tiny bit, just buy a samosa for like 20p and then move on and try something else. So when you come to Malaysia, eat. That's the only tip you need to know, actually.
And if you're not sure what to order, just ask them what is their most delicious, most popular dish, and you're not going to regret this. They're going to bring you the most amazing dish that you could ever imagine, and you're gonna enjoy it.
Exactly.
We promise you that.
Because it's not just the tourists that love food, Malaysians love food, and when you ask, smiles all around, they cannot wait to show you their favorite food. Where to travel in Malaysia? Very, very big, important question. Now, we've only been traveling around in the peninsula of Malaysia, but there are so many different landscapes that you can travel to whilst you're here. If you like the beaches, you can go and check out the Perhentian Islands. It's absolutely beautiful, crystal clear waters. You can go scuba diving, snorkeling, and it's just a really great place to unwind. Now, we haven't even been to most of the islands here. There are so many islands on the east, on the west, and they're yet to be explored by us. Looking for a bit of adventure and to be out in the wildlife, then make sure to go to Taman Negara National Parks and also go to Cameron Highlands, which is beautiful. It's like a countryside. It reminds us of England actually. Yeah. You can eat cakes. What else can they do?
Drink tea, pick your own strawberries, go to boaty plantations. It's just a really nice place to unwind.
And the climate there is much cooler as well. So if you,
it's not that hot.
Exactly. So when you come here, you might think, wow, it's hot. And it is very hot. At least you can escape up to the mountains and just get that nice cool breeze.
And if you also like exploring historical towns, you can head to places like Malacca, Penang, Georgetown and Ipoh. Those three were our favorite whilst here traveling around Peninsula because the food scene is so great. There's so many great art pieces on the walls. We just love walking around and getting lost in those cute small streets.
And if you love the big city life, then just stay in Kuala Lumpur. It's probably one of the most diverse cities in the world. There's such a great food scene again. Food markets are on every single night. Shopping's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's
nightlife.
Nightlife.
So as you can see, you can do pretty much anything that you like whilst in Malaysia. So this video was just basically our own experience, our own few tips that we can share with you guys. It's probably mostly aimed at foreign travelers rather than Malaysians, but if there are Malaysians watching our videos, which we're sure there are, please guys comment down below the best tips that you can think of and share them with the rest of us so we can all have a look and hopefully get a better understanding, more knowledge and better tips when traveling around Malaysia.
For those that are following our adventures, we are actually going to Johor on Saturday and Sunday, and then our flight to Borneo is on Monday. So again, if you have any tips for us, please write them down in the comment section because everyone can see those. What food should we try in Johor? Little things like that, and any tips for us going to Borneo because it's going to be a new place and we're super excited. But for now,
thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you like it so we know that you did, so we can create more of these kind of videos in the future. Share this video with your friends and make sure you stay subscribed because like I always say, we have so many great adventures coming on this channel. And as always, cheers to freedom! Woo!